What would she be?
What animal?
You're weird. I'm leaving.
I don't know.
Okay.
A human.
What? Well, that's very original. What's the funniest thing or the worst thing you remember my mother ever doing? Just the one thing that sticks out in your mind.
The worst thing, she took every boyfriend I ever wanted
What?
away from me.
What about?
In fact, she always had them first, and then she wouldn't share them with me.
Can you name a particular one?
Don Overstreet. Glenn Killian.
Now,
And then there was that one in Powers.
now you gotta remember this is her last 50th video of this. So anything you want to say, you have to say now. Anything
I have
else?
to say no?
Anything else you want to say? Granny, get back here.
When I was a little bitty baby, you used to rock me in my cradle in them old Arkansas hills and Oklahoma and Texas and California and Oregon.
Is that it?
Is that it? I'm finished.
All right, Granny. Do you have anything to say to Nina the rebel? What's the worst thing she ever did that drove you nuts, growing up?
Oh, she was kind of a naughty little girl. Well, she was always jealous of her sisters because she always said, I'm the middle one and I always get treated bad.
And
I don't know exactly, but she grew up too fast, that's for sure. She got married when she was 14 and we didn't want her to.
Now tell a happy thing she did.
no, I was gonna say if there's one thing she did that you wish she hadn't done, what is it? And don't worry about me if it has to do anything with me. You can. No, I want you to say one thing that you wish she hadn't done and one thing that you're glad that she has done.
Well, see, I've already said that.
What?
Got married when she was 14.
She got married when she was 14 and we didn't want her to do that.
So that's the one thing that you wish she hadn't done.
That I wish she hadn't done.
But then I wouldn't be here.
No.
So what's the one thing you wish that you're glad she did do, that you're proud of her for?
Oh, lots of things. I don't know one special thing.
Well, something must stick out.
I don't know.
Just everything?
Yeah, I mean, she's...
You're glad she straightened up? Did she finally straighten up? I know I feel that way.
Well, seems like she and Charles have always been happy together.
Yeah, they have. I can be a testament to that. All right, well, I won't leave you on the spot any longer. You can just say whatever you want to the camera, and then we'll say goodbye. This is her 50th, whatever you want to say, and then you can say goodbye.
Oh, well, I'm having a good time at her 50th party.
And
I'm not much of a hand for this thing.
animal would she be? Come on.
What animal would she be?
Yeah.
A party animal.
And if you could think of one word to describe my mother, what would that be?
Hi.
Come on.
You're next.
One word.
One word?
If you could think of one.
Fun.
Fun? That's great. Okay. Do you want to say anything else before this is your chance. This is your video birthday card. Anything you want to say to my mom for her 50th birthday besides that, you sick beat?
No! Happy birthday! You. I love you.
Happy birthday!
Animal would she be?
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna answer that. No, I'm not saying that.
Peacock.
Why?
You better think of a good answer.
Because she struts around. But she knows her shit, and she's always right.
Peacocks know their shit. They're always right too.
What about you, Bob?
I'm not an animal. What else am I?
No, if my mom was an animal, what animal would she be?
I don't know.
You're
Turn the
so
thing-
creative.
Turn that off.
How about, okay, this is the next question.
What?
Yeah.
If you could think of one word to describe my mother, what would it be? You only get one word.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Oh, aren't you original?
I didn't say fantastic, did I?
Okay, and then one more thing. Kathy, I think you remember this situation. If you could think of one situation that was the funniest or that you remember the most.
Busted girls.
That's the one I remember.
I agree with Kathy.
Oh, you're full of it. Think of another one.
It's time when your mother told us. Never mind.
Come on, say it. This is our only
One-
tape for our 50th
Okay, remember
birthday.
the day when we were in the backyard and Therese told on us?
Go
Your mother
ahead.
told us not to do that ever again.
Oh, I remember
Scare the
hearing about
neighbors.
that.
What?
They were in the pool.
No, we
You
weren't
were
in
in
the
the pool.
Oh, we were in the
Together.
pool.
Naked.
Well,
That's it.
that's the moment you remember?
Of course. Wouldn't you?
What'd she tell you, Bob?
She told me there'd be no more screwing in the backyard.
The last little episode.
And now your father's
I
gonna
really,
watch that
please,
too, huh?
officer, I didn't do it. I didn't do it, officer.
Come on, what animal would she be?
What animal would
Nine
Dinah
and she
be?
got copies over here.
I haven't the slightest idea.
You haven't the slightest idea.
No.
I think she'd be a pit bull myself.
I hope that's still
I was
true.
gonna say that.
I'm gonna tell her you said that right now.
All right, one word to describe her then. God, nobody can think.
Busy.
Busy.
That's not an animal.
No, that's one word to describe.
No, we're not talking animals. We got past that question already.
All right, and so one situation or one
One
memory that
situation.
you have that
When she was screaming bloody murder at Chuck on Bates Boulevard, when Sean and Therese were maybe 3 and 1 or 1 and 4 or whatever the hell their age difference is, and Chuck was dropping trow, getting ready to go skinny dipping at Bates Hotel, as we call it. That's the situation.
What was she screaming about?
She didn't want Chuck to take his drugs off and go swimming.
Is light green?
You're on.
Okay, Mom. Well, if you were an animal, are we on?
Yeah, you're on. Whoops.
If you were an animal, you'd be a barracuda.
A barracuda?
Right.
No,
Why?
what you said earlier.
Why would
What?
you be barracuda?
Me, just because.
Why? Come on, you have to explain it. You have to explain
no,
your
I don't
answer.
have to explain. Did I make you explain?
I didn't give you an answer.
What kind
You
of
made
animal?
me explain.
What kind of
And
animal did she
if-
say?
Barracuda.
And if I had one word to describe you, it would be nosy.
I want to hear,
Nose.
I want to hear your remarks about the backyard.
And the only thing I want to say is I love you and I'm glad you're my mother.
Yeah, but what about
What's
this
the
one
most-
incident? This one
Well,
incident.
It's the same.
Oh,
as
one
mine.
incident?
Yeah, sure.
It's the same as hers. I thought I had snuck out for the night. I went out my window and I thought I had everything made, and Kathy was there. And we had snuck out down the street and we were in the room. We were drinking our little mixed drinks. We were about 15 years old, and all of a sudden we owned a Baskin Robbins at the time, and all of a sudden we see this pink hat and this little striped uniform, and in comes my mom and goes, "Busted girls!" And it was 4 in the morning, and it was petrifying, and that's it. That's my moment.
So that experience meant more to you than the experience that we had?
Pretty much. If either of you can think of an animal my mother might be, what do you think it would be?
To describe her.
Well, see, that's hardly.
You only get 5 seconds.
A fox. A fox.
A fox.
Foxy lady, yeah.
You both agree on that. Okay, and then the next question. If you had to describe my mom in one word, what would it be?
One. Great.
Great. What would yours be?
Terrific. Bodacious.
It's not talking about her breasts, that's for sure. Okay, and then I was going to give you last chance. You can take it or not. This is her 50th birthday video, so you can say whatever you want. One great moment you remember, or one funny thing she did. Maybe you were both there, I don't know. Can you think of anything?
Well, I think.
Yes, I remember the time she told us about when she used to work down at the medical place in Hayward.
What'd you do?
this patient came in with a problem. Did you
What? No.
Contusions of the penis. And somebody at our bridge table asked her, how did he get this? And she says, she took her in the next room to tell her how this guy got this thing. He had this,
This is getting really good.
he got involved with a vacuum cleaner.
Oh,
And
that's
this
pretty
woman
good.
didn't understand it, so Nina had to go explain it to her.
I
That's
can't stop down.
That's pretty good.
She's not gonna recognize.
Here, let's hold the number across your.
All right, I guess you already heard the animal part.
No, she doesn't know what
Can
you're
you
talking
think if you think of my mother, can you think of what kind of animal she might be?
about. Nina's her mother.
Oh dear. No, not off. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Now, come on, you have to answer. You have 10 seconds.
I can't answer that in 10 seconds.
Nah.
All right, next question. One word to describe her. If you had to pick one word.
Fun.
Fun. God. That's a good one though. Okay, and then the last one.
Crap on your teeth.
Do I have crap?
I didn't see any crap on your teeth.
What? What's the next question?
The last one is if you can think of the one thing that sticks out in your mind about her, like one funny incident or one stupid incident or just anything.
Yeah, you don't tell me how old I look. I know how old I look.
Like maybe Tahiti of 1913 or whatever.
No, the only thing I can think of is being passed out at the airport with the tea bag on my head. I don't remember what Nina was doing. Nina was throwing up in the bathroom, I think. I don't remember.
My dates.
What was Nina doing?
She was laughing at you.
And then, yes, but
Then she and I proceeded to get drunk.
you proceeded to get drunk on the airplane. That's right.
So the tea bag.
The tea bag.
The tea bag.
And Nina put it on top of her head, too.
Because I was passed out on the table.
Nina put a tea bag right on top of her head. Here she is, passed out and drunk on the table.
That's right. That's right.
No, don't point at me.
I think that'll be good. Okay, we got several questions here. First of all, if you think of my mother, what animal would you think she was if you had to pick an animal?
I think I would think of a young colt.
A colt? Why?
Oh, I don't know, just racing through the meadow.
Okay. And if you could think of one word to describe her, what would that be?
Nice.
Nice? Okay. And then the last question is, if you can think of one memory or one thing that you thought was funny or sad or whatever, what would it be that sticks out in your mind?
Well, tonight's going to be a very nice memory. I think it was fun, and I think everyone enjoyed it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, thanks. Aunt Nina, if she had to be an animal, what animal would she be?
Did you see this? Look at Nina and the kids.
Come on.
I'm thinking.
Sean, Kareem,
Probably. A fawn.
A fawn? Why?
Because they're so cute.
Oh. And if you had to think of one word to describe her, what would that be?
No, there's Sean and Teresa.
An ant.
An ant?
Yeah, there's 5 kids.
Okay. Why?
Because she is.
Because she is, okay. Is there any one thing you remember about Aunt Nina that sticks out in your mind?
No.
Cover girl model. Is it working? Alright. There's 3 questions. They're really stupid and they're really simple. First one is, if Mom were an animal, what kind of animal would she be? I know it's hard.
It is. How about a laughing hyena?
Why would that be? Are you talking about yourself, maybe?
I don't know.
Alright, skip that one. It's too involved. Alright, one word to describe Mom, if you had to pick one word.
He's watching me. Comfortable.
It's kind of scary. Okay, and then the last one is if you can think of one incident, one thing that really sticks out in your mind, what would it be? I know there's a lot, but
About
just
Mom?
yeah, just one incident or one thing that you remember that's funny or whatever that just really that you remember more than the rest. 5 seconds.
Well, Tori, is that still on right now?
Yeah, it is. One.
I can't think of one.
Let's go bring in a chair.
I don't know. Haven't you ever been busted for anything or?
Oh, well, I was going to say the night that, in fact, it was Thanksgiving when me and Greg and John and Rachel got caught up on Grizzly Peak with a bunch of beer in the car.
She found you?
No. The police found us, but the police called Mom and Dad before we got home.
So you were busted for the first time in your natural life.
And they grounded me. Well, no. I came home. I was 15. I came home, and I thought, oh, this is it. I mean, it was the first time I ever got in trouble in my life. And I came in, and they took me in their bedroom, and they're both sitting there, and we talked about it, and they said, well, what do you think? How long do you think you should be grounded for? And dummy me, I said 3 weeks. Then 3 weeks later, they said, oh, we were going to ground you for about a week. And for 3 weeks, I talked to Greg on the phone. I didn't get to see him or anything. And
To make a long
then
story
they tell
short.
me, well, then they tell me that they were only going to ground me for a week. But since I said 3 weeks, they said, oh, well.
And after all of this, this kid turned out okay.
Better than the other 4, right?
Better than the rest.
Wrong!
My mom was an animal. What animal would she be?
Beats me. A tiger.
A tiger? Why? Well, come on. You gotta think of a reason.
I don't know.
Well, screw
Because
that.
that was the first thing that popped into my head.
Okay, that's fair. And if you had one, if you had one word,
so wild.
if you had one word to describe my mother.
Wild parties, did you?
Oh wait, we'll hear that
go
next.
ahead.
I said it. And the next one was if you could only think of one word to describe my mother, what would it be?
Wild.
And last but not least, do you have one story, one incident, or one anything that you really sticks out in your mind about her that you'd like to remind her of?
Gosh. Only one?
Well, you know, one.
One that sticks out most.
Right, one that really just burns you or makes you laugh or something that just really you remember.
I made a real special trip with her one time. What? You laugh.
I don't know. Go ahead.
It was just a real special time for me because she and I were, I was always have been the little sister. And she invited me to make a trip to Oregon with her to visit relatives, and Tori was about 3 months old maybe. And Whitney
Cute as a button.
Yes, cute as a button. In fact, she rode at my feet the whole trip, and we took off in this 1963 Ford Galaxy convertible and got just about to Calistoga, and the car broke, and we spent hours at these people's house with these 3 little kids. And finally somebody came and fixed the car, and we were back on the road, and instead of turning around and coming home, we went on and made this trip. That's where I learned to drink coffee. I was 12 years old, I think.
How old was she?
So why was that such a memorable trip?
Just because it was just Nina and I. And the 3 little kids. But it was like she and I were, that was probably the first time I experienced being almost an equal with her.
I help stimulate.
No, this
people.
is serious.
Yes.
Okay, first question. They're all the same. Mom's probably getting sick of hearing them by now since they're on tape.
Yeah.
Question. If Mom were an animal, what animal would she be?
God, that's not fair. Let me think.
Come on, everybody else's answer.
I don't.
think of mom in terms of animal. I'm
I do.
sorry. Maybe you do, but I don't.
symbolic way.
No,
It's
I
just
can't think of. Let me give me.
You
You have to give me a minute here. Wait.
Well, we don't have a minute's worth of
Well,
tape.
turn it off then, and I'll.
Dinah could give us a demonstration.
All right, Therese, come on, animal.
Tori, you're going too fast.
All right, forget the animal. Okay, next question. If you had to describe mom in one word, what would it be? One word.
One word. No, that's not it. Open-minded.
Great. Okay.
Very
And then
open-minded.
the last question is, if you can think of one incident or one memory that you have that stands out in your mind, say it. Say it now or forever hold your peace. It can be funny or anything you want.
One instance of mom being totally.
I know
mom.
there's many, but just
God,
something that
too
stands
many to
out.
think of. My favorite is still the day that the 5 of us kids had the knockdown brawl, and we kept trying to call her on the phone. Brad kept hanging up, and Mom kept screaming, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And then when she drove home and almost had a heart attack when she got there, because we'd stopped fighting, and she was mad at us because when she got there, nobody was dead, and we'd stopped fighting, and she didn't appreciate that. She wanted one of us at least to be at least bruised, because she'd driven all that way at 90 miles an hour, and she wasn't happy. That's
But it-
typical mom, you know. She gets pissed because we all are okay all the time.
You have
She
any
expects us to kill each other. I don't know what it is.
parting words?
Parting words. Well, Mom's classic. Everybody loves her, and that's about it.
And you love her?
Well, of course I love her. She knows that.
Tori's gonna ask you some
If
questions.
grandma was an animal, what animal would she be?
A giraffe.
A giraffe? Why?
Cause
Okay, if you could think of one word that described grandma, what would it be?
a monkey.
Okay, and what's the best memory you have about grandma? What's the thing that you remember the most? What's the thing that you remember the most?
I don't know. Think of something.
Christmas or what?
Christmas.
First of all, you're on. Okay, standard questions. Don't act like a wench. Okay, first of all.
I was being a wench in the chair.
Okay, first of all, standard question. If mom were an animal, what animal would she be? You're on.
I'm trying to be polite. I'm trying to think of something. Oh, I don't know. An armadillo.
Why? All right. All right. One word to describe mom, if you only had one word.
I don't know, because in the last couple days, the one word isn't pleasant.
Well, think of one.
I don't really like to do this. Do you mind?
Think of one.
I can't think of a word.
One word. How bright do you have to be?
Happy. Oh, she's a happy person.
Thank you. All right, and the last one should be easy. One memory, one thing that sticks out in your mind about mom, and your anything that pissed you off, anything that she did that was made you happy, anything that really stands out that she's done over the years. Just one.
Just one. I can't think of anything.
Oh, come on. Think of something that pissed you off. That should be easy.
Oh God, it's been so many years since she's pissed me off.
Think of one.
Can you think of anything?
Oh yeah. I already said mine.
I can't think of anything.
How about that party you tried to have and they made everybody go home?
Maybe some things I prefer not to remember.
What'd she say when she first found out you were pregnant? Something. God, this is her last will and testament. This is her last tape. This is it. Finito. You can think of one goddamn thing that you remember.
No, I can't even think of anything right now.
One thing. Burning the fence down, for God's sakes. You must be able to think of something.
No, I don't remember her being there at all.
Oh, Jesus.
I tell you, my mind
Pulling
is
teeth.
blank.
Okay.
'Cause I don't want to do this.
Oh, one thing.
I can't think of anything. I swear to God, I can't.
Sweetie,
You're on.
am I talking to Nina? Huh?
Yeah.
My dear friend.
Yeah.
Who I love.
Okay, there's a few
Happy
questions.
birthday, sweetie.
Great. There's a few questions we've been asking everybody, so we figured we'd ask you too.
Okay.
The first one is, if my mom was an animal, what animal would she be?
A deer.
Why?
Because she's deer. And she's, deer are, what? I drank too much. Deer, are very
Deer.
loose and
She
graceful. She'll love graceful, right, Nina? Graceful. And very pretty and loving. What more?
That's true. Okay, if you could think of one word to describe her, what would it be?
Deer. I mean, I get on a subject.
Spelled the same way?
No.
D-E-A-R, right?
Right.
Okay, and the last question is, or whatever, statement, is if you could think of one moment or one time that you remember her the most, what could it be? I mean, I know there's a lot, but just one that really sticks out in your mind that she could remember with you.
Her trying to get me out of the bedroom in Tahiti so she could be in there by herself with Chuck.
That's your most memorable moment?
No, it's just the last one, the funniest one I could think of.
Oh, no.
That's really bad, right?
Did you have fun in Tahiti?
Oh, yeah, I had a great time. I also want to tell you I love you.
No. Well, Clarence already said what she wanted to say, but now there is a couple, and then I guess Clarence is going to get up and leave, and Jane can say whatever he wants, right?
I told she wanted to know a memorable moment, and I said it was when she was trying to get rid of us in Tahiti so she could be in the bedroom with Chuck alone. Can you think of a memorable moment with her? With her? Watch it. Nina?
No, I can't think of a moment like that. Are you kidding?
No.
You must be kidding. Nina?
49.
Wanting to be alone?
To leave them alone.
Tierra and Nina Moo?
I wanted to leave her and Chuck alone.
Never.
They didn't want to be alone.
Never.
No.
What are we doing here anyway?
We're making a tape for Nina for her birthday.
All right, both of you.
Oh.
All right, we want...
Nina for her 50th birthday.
Right.
I have known Nina for 16 years. I met her when she was 34.
Cute, huh?
Beautiful young lady.
Lived on Bates Avenue. And the first time I met her, we were someplace, I don't know where it was.
At a party.
At a party.
For newcomers party. What?
Let me talk.
All right. Normal, huh, Nina?
And they invited us to come over to their house after the other party was over. We went over there with about 100 different other people. And we were dancing and singing and eating and drinking. A lot of drinking in those days. And somehow, we never got away from her since.
Thank God. Okay, I'm going to leave and let you talk now, because I've talked already to her. So they're going to ask you some
Well,
questions.
you've talked the whole time I was here, too.
He hasn't changed a bit. Turn it off.
You didn't turn it off.
No, get over in the other chair.
What do you mean?
Wait, one more question. Get over there.
Are you sure?
Now that you already told that touching tale about how you met and how you got stuck with her and all that stuff.
Yes.
One of the questions we've been asking everybody is, if my mom was an animal, what animal would she be?
Your mother?
Yeah.
An animal?
Yeah.
She would be a cat.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, she would be a Siamese cat.
Why?
Not just a regular cat, but a Siamese cat. Well,
Yeah.
because they're independent.
Yeah.
And they're very, very jealous of their own aura, if you will.
Of their own aura?
Aura, yeah. They kind of have their thing that, that kind of surrounds them the whole time. And, you know, cats are slinky and
she is.
svelte, as the word may be. And she would be a cat, you know, Siamese cat, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last question, since you already asked her, is if you could think of one word to describe her, if you had to pick one, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. Can I think for a minute?
Yeah. Well, for a second.
What? Are you taping while I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Do you want me to turn the tape off?
Well, no, that's right. One word to describe Nina. One word. That's tough.
Well, I know there's many, but...
Yeah. Yeah, one word. Let me think. One word. Probably, if you had to use one word, one very special word to describe Nina, you would have to use the word. Word. Yes, the champagne does do its talking. The one word would be exceptional.
50?
Yeah.
50-50 to Nina.
Great.
Yeah, to Nina.
Okay, wait. I have a few questions I'm asking everybody, and since you're a
Okay.
couple, you can answer them together.
Oh, I don't know.
All right. First question is, if you had to name my mother as an animal, what animal would she be?
As an animal.
As an animal.
Yeah, as an animal.
You mean Nina? What name would that be?
Well, what animal would she be?
Who's her
What sticks
mother?
out in your mind, if anything?
Probably a cheetah.
Why?
Fast runner.
What do you think?
No, not a cheetah.
You're gonna let him answer? And the next question is, if you had to describe her in one word, what would that be? Just one word.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice. Perfect?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
She's a good kid.
A good
Question
kid?
that, Tori.
How do you get
See,
that?
I've known her for a long time.
A good kid? Perfect? Oh no. And then the last question. If you can think of one incident or one thing that really sticks out in your mind, what would it be? Like maybe you would remember something from when you were young or whatever.
Oh, honey, you don't want to know that.
Yeah, we do.
No,
She's
you
gonna
don't
be
know
watching this. This is for her. One thing?
That's what we can't say.
It can be
anything.
bad. It doesn't matter. I've heard everything. Believe me.
Oh no. Something
Can
from
you
when
think
she
of
was
one
young.
thing she did or one rebellious thing that you remember that really sticks out in your mind? Believe
Not
me.
really.
Nothing. Nothing?
No. She's always, like I say, always been a good kid.
Oh,
No.
look, you're
Yeah.
over there on that screen.
No.
She was too, with me.
Come on, you guys.
No, she didn't. She's a good old.
Okay, how about parting words for the 50th birthday?
Wish her 50
I hope
more.
she has 50 more.
Okay, great. Every minute of you. You're on, by the way.
So nice. Thanks for telling me.
All right.
Now, do I look at the little flashing eye?
You look wonderful.
It makes
Marvelous.
me marvelous, darling.
Okay,
Alright,
you want your
about
first
this
question?
Yes.
Okay,
She.
first question.
First question.
If you had to think of my mother or describe her as an animal, what animal would she be?
A squirrel.
Oh, great. A flying squirrel, perchance?
Yes. With a heavy penchant for eyes.
And why would she be a squirrel?
Because she's frisky, yet basically conservative.
Oh, okay. And what? Next question. If
That
you
was
had,
two questions I should like to point out, but go ahead.
pardon. If you had to describe my mother in one word, what would that word be?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
In every respect.
Oh,
Takes care of it all.
you're too easy. Okay.
I'm sorry. What can I say? Actually, there are a few things you could ask that
What? Tell me.
I'm not going to tell you.
This is her last taste and tape and testament. You can say whatever you want.
Her last tape and testament?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. I mean,
Permanent and ugly.
aren't you one of her best friends?
I certainly hope so.
Well, you can say whatever you want.
Okay, what's the third question?
Oh, I'll say the third question, then you say whatever you want. Third question is, what one thing, even though there's many, really sticks out in your mind as a funny event or sad event, just something that really stands out in your mind that you experienced together or whatever.
One.
Well, I said
Out of all
you can say
those
more than one.
I don't know. I will always, always treasure in my mind your mother walking through Disneyland, furious with everyone, with me, with Susan, with all you kids, and she had her hand on her hip, and she twitched her butt, and she went, twitch, 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 twitch. Come on, let's go. And I had never been there before, and I'm going, whoa. And I start going down this aisle, twitch, twitch, twitch. Oh God, she was hilarious. I'll never forget it, ever. And there are many others, but that's one of the very specials. The night we sat up in bed and drank a fifth of brandy
And ate
a pound of
chocolates.
candy, and she had a gallbladder attack. Also, was one of the very special ones.
Can you see us doing that or what? I can.
Oh God!
I can see Jill and I doing that. I don't know.
We waited until the kids went to sleep so we could have all the candy, which we bought at the farmer's market. And, your mother is just a princess among people. She really is. And, from time to time you'd like to depose the princess. But she is. She makes everyone happy. She enriches lives. And that's a nice thing to do.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
One last parting word?
One last parting word is that now that she has reached the midpoint of her life and career, she doesn't straighten up her act, she's going to have me to deal with. Yeah, she is very lucky for the stars in her career, which are you and Therese and Sean and Brad and all her grandchildren. And she's lucky.
Aw, big. You're on right now, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I forget my name on the answering service. How can I be expected to talk on this thing?
Well, just try.
What are you looking for?
Okay, I got 3 questions, and you can answer them or whatever. First one is, if my mom was an animal and you had to decide what animal she was, what animal would she be?
Oh, I would say a bird. I remember her singing all the time. I loved her singing in here tonight with the other 2. I said, she'd make a good bird.
That's great. Okay, and next one is, if you could think of one word to describe her, what would it be?
Well, it's not that I am speechless. It's that one word can't describe her. Terrific. I've known her for, I think, I was trying to figure over 20 years when you were a little tiny girl. Therese was a baby. How long have I known her?
Forever.
20 years, something like that, yeah. And I've seen her in all kinds of moods, and she comes through every time, even being 50 years old, she still can come laugh and enjoy it. That's, she has such a good time. I think that's her best characteristic is her good times she has.
Great. And then the last one is, if you can think of one memory or one time that really stands out in your mind, what would it be?
Oh, I told you earlier, didn't I?
What?
Well, we were at Chuck and Nina's wedding, and Nina seemed to have 3 kids already. And her kids are running up and down the block, Mom and Daddy's going to get married, Mom and Daddy's going to get married, and the neighbors weren't quite sure of you in the neighborhood at that time. On account of you were just going to get married, and we went to your, I guess you were christened or baptized or at their wedding.
Oh, I think they got married twice. That's what it was.
Yes, it was their second wedding, and we were there, and we have been celebrating every event ever since then. Got a long ways to go to catch up with me, and I'm still hanging in there good. And I decided that I met Nina when I was her age. And I won't tell you how long that's been, but you can figure it out. So she's got a long ways to go.
Great. Put it down.
We've known,
Put it down.
We've known Nina for about 37 years now. And she's been a really good treat.
Yeah.
Well, I remember one time when she... Nina,
Are you Monty Python fiends or what?
And she invited us over for lima bean and penguin soup. And it was very, very good.
Alright, you guys.
Then, let's see, there was a time in Acapulco.
Now, be serious.
Oh, be serious.
I'm trying to film a film here.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
First of all, we got 3 questions. If you can get through them, you win a grand prize. The first one is if
Oh,
my...
so this is planned. You can't be spontaneous.
No. Oh, if you want to be spontaneous, say whatever you want.
Ridiculous.
Say what you want.
Was I interview? You know, we don't.
Say what you want.
Oh.
She's a director. What's your questions?
No, if you want to say what you want.
No,
what's
forget
your
it. I've lost
questions?
my train
Say
of
what
thought
you
now.
want.
I want to know what your questions are.
All right, if my mom was an animal, what animal would she be? See, I knew you'd be too stupid.
Penguin.
Penguin.
You already used that penguin joke.
That's right.
Why?
What's
Okay,
next
why would she be a penguin? You're just using that.
Because she looks good in tails.
Okay, next question.
Yes.
If you had to describe her in one word, what would it be? You can each have a word.
Tori, I got asked this question in my interviews, and I'm not.
Oh, just try.
In one word.
One word.
Sharp.
Sharp. That's a tack. What do you say, Mary? You're like an individual unit.
Yeah, sharp as a copier.
Charismatic.
Who?
Ooh. Charismatic. Charismatic. 4 syllables.
C-H-A.
All right. Last question, and then you can go. If there's one story, one memory, one anything you have about my mom that you remember, what is it? And if you don't have any, just look at the camera and say, "Hey, Nana, I don't remember you for anything."
Well, there was that one time. Remember, up north in Oregon, when she decided to go on a walk out in the woods, and she was picking flowers, and she.
Is this the Nina that I think you're talking about? She plays cards. She doesn't go out in the woods and pick flowers.
Well, that's what was so strange. She was out in the woods picking flowers, and there was little itty bitty flowers, and she made a flower soup out of them.
I doubt that.
No? Oh, maybe that's Nina Behawick. Parting words. And in. Nina backwards.
Bye.
Mary, after all these years, she'll be glad to hear that.
Yeah.
She'll be glad to hear bye.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Da 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 da.
That's it. Okay. Cut.
One more last.
One
Together.
more last.
Hey, come on.
What's this?
Come on, together. One last time. We're on film here. Well, not kiss. 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 Oh my God. Come on. Jeez.
You're going to intrigue me or give me something terrific to talk about? So
You're already on film.
So I don't have to think of it on my own?
That's right.
Oh.
Okay, first question. If my mom was an animal, and
If she was what?
An animal.
An animal?
What animal would she be?
Oh, well, she would be a lynx.
A lynx?
A lynx.
What's a lynx?
Well, a lynx is a cat with tufted ears, you know, and wild and woolly and all that sort of thing, you know, just that's right, that's Nina. That's Nina.
Why?
Well, why? I mean, that's kind of self-explanatory, you know. And particularly since, you know, like, I'm pretty young myself, but when you really figure that Nina was born the year I graduated from high school, that makes her young and attractive and seductive and all that kind of thing, and she's always been that, you know.
Woo!
You didn't know that?
No.
You didn't know that about your mother, huh?
No,
Well,
not
I mean,
even.
She just escaped divorce, you know, like any number of times.
Whoa.
And But, well, maybe it's better that we don't go into detail.
Maybe. Okay, next question. If you had to think,
Will you put that up there so I can tell how I'm doing? You know.
you're doing fine.
No, I mean, change that. Can't you?
No, I tried.
Can't you do that? Okay.
You're doing fine. Next question. If you can think of one word, just one word to describe my mother, what would it be?
One word. Gregarious. Gregarious.
Gregarious?
Gregarious. You know
That's a
what
good word. That's the best one I've heard yet.
You know what gregarious means? Well, I think,
Mhm.
okay, all right, then that's good.
Kind of like life of the party.
Oh, that's right. That fits her.
Yeah.
Yeah, gregarious. That fits.
Okay. And then the last question is, if you can remember one incident or one moment, one memory that you really stands out in your mind, one thing she really did that just stands out there that you'll never forget, what would it be?
Well, there's many, but I think the one party that the Newcomers Club had for at the Lafayette, I think that the Memorial Center. The Newcomers had a party over there. It was a lobster feast, and she made for each and every one of I don't know whether it was the in group or for everybody, but she made a Basque type shirt for each one of us individually, and made it on her own and outfitted it with us, and we all went to this party en masse in costume with the outfits that she had made for us.
That's great. Okay.
And she did this all, and she had some pretty nice daughters, you know. I remember that. And I won't.
Don't tell the secret.
I'm reluctant. I won't tell a secret. I'm reluctant to go into
She
detail.
still wants to know the secret.
Yeah, I don't. No, I won't ever tell
I
that.
told her that we would never tell the secret.
I'll never tell her that secret about her daughter.
Okay, good. She was a little worried, but I told her not to be. Okay, parting words.
And parting words.
Parting words.
My parting words are that this was one terrific party, and it's really great to have such a cross section of people that can get together and have a good time, as all of us had, and everybody enjoying themselves, having a good time. And I even went out there with a group of young people, in the kitchen, maybe from 20 on up. And I felt at home, extolling.
Of course you did.
Talking about things that I know that weren't interesting to them, and I know that they were just listening to me just because they were being polite. But it was really great, you know. I enjoyed it.
Great, Susan.
Okay, what am I supposed to say?
Okay, first question. If my mom was an animal, what animal would she be?
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear, why?
Why not?
Oh, well, that's a good answer.
This is so silly.
I know, isn't it great?
Yeah.
Okay, next question. If you could think of one word to describe my mother, what would it be? You have to only think of one. I mean, I know there's many, but one.
Good friend.
Good friend. Okay.
Yes.
That's 2 words, but that's okay. Okay.
All right.
And the last question is, if you can think of one incident, one memory, one moment, one anything that really sticks out in your mind or really you remember and you'll always remember forever, what would it be?
Well, when I first knew your mother, God, it had to be 17 years ago. Your mother told me we were driving to a club function, and your mother said, I said, well, I'll drive. And your mom said, I don't ride with just anybody, you know. And I didn't understand that. But then she rode with me to that function, and it was okay, and then she rode with me forever after. But I passed the test, and I never really understood what that meant. But it was really strange, you know. It was like I was like I was passing this great test. Like I was passing this great test and I did it. So I felt so super about that. And your mom,
allowed me to drive her wherever we were going from there on. After 17 fucking years. Are we still on camera? Oh my God, Tori. Your mother and I have known each other a long time. And I shouldn't say that F word, you know.
Why not? She loves it.
No, but your grandma doesn't.
My grandma's not gonna hear this. This is my mom's tape forever.
But
until
your
she
mother-
dies.
But your mom told me one time, if I said that F word, then your mother couldn't see the tape, and that was really bad.
That's okay. She'll live.
Okay. Am I through?
No, I want you to say parting words. This is her last tape and testament.
Do you really?
Yeah, this is it. You might as well say whatever you want to say, and then,
Well,
you know, you can say it not in her face, so you don't have to be embarrassed.
Oh, well, Nina knows I love her very much. She's like a sister to me, and it's only those of us who have close sisters that understand what that's all about. And we're like that. We're close sisters and we're good friends. And I love you very much, Nina.
Excellent.
You're on.
Okay, now what are the questions?
First of all, half of your faces are both cut off.
together real close.
There we go. That's wonderful.
Ow.
All right, there's three questions.
Okay.
And everybody's sick of hearing them by now, but
We haven't heard them.
I love telling them.
We'd love to hear them.
All right, first one, if my mom was an animal, what animal would she be?
What a dumb question.
I know it's dumb, but it's great, you know, if you know her. If you don't, you can just say, I don't know.
A koala bear.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Why?
I don't know why. It just came to my head right now. If I have to think about why, that's going to be the second question.
Forget that then.
Well, I think of raccoon myself.
Ooh, flying raccoon?
No, I like raccoons. I like their eyes. And I like your mom's eyes.
You do?
Yeah, so I like, she looks like a raccoon kind of.
Do we have to tell why we picked this?
Probably
No, you don't have to tell why. I just figured I'd ask, because you never know.
Let's see, koala bear.
You don't have to say why.
I don't know why.
You know, it's the same thing. Koala bears have those cute eyes too, with the black around their eyes.
That must be what it is. Cute eyes.
All right, next question. If you had to think of one word to describe her, what would it be? That's easier. Just one word.
My problem is I'm thinking about 5 words.
Stupid.
That's your word.
No,
That's
no,
not my
no.
word.
I'm kidding, Mom. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Just one word. I know there's a lot, but just one main word.
You know your mom is, she's fun.
Vibrant.
Vibrant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's going to score some points, isn't it?
Yeah, big time. Big points. Okay, now I know you haven't known her that long and you haven't really done that much with her, but if you can think of one moment that really stands out in your mind or one memory, say it. Otherwise,
I've
it's
known
fine.
your mother for 15 years.
And
But
you
she's
have no
talking to me.
moments. No, but I mean, if you can think of one thing that really stands out, or one like funny thing she did, like remember when you babysat us and they were out of town, or
That wasn't fun.
no, that's what I mean.
There was nothing
No,
fun
no,
here.
maybe that time she,
No, that's what I mean. It doesn't have to be fun. Just one thing that really
Maybe that time she
stands
didn't
out
pay
in your
you?
mind.
maybe that time she didn't pay you for you babysat for what, 10, 15 hours and she didn't pay you? Oh, okay. I won't tell about that one. You told me about it. You were really upset. Okay, we won't count that one.
Did you ever get paid?
No, she never has.
I got paid and I got paid. Wait, do you ever think I would have babysat for you guys again if I didn't get paid?
Did you ever get paid? Seriously.
I
Did
never
she?
got any money. I don't think she ever got paid either.
Did you ever get paid,
Which one?
Leslie? This would be a good one.
For what?
Whatever.
The time you babysat.
Obviously, you're upset.
She told me about it. That's why. And I said, you better figure out what money's worth nowadays. And
No.
he's
This is
doing
it.
here?
This would be a good one.
I don't know what he's leading to here though. He's doing his damn
If
thing
you never
here.
got paid, I think you should tell her right now.
there.
Do you think that I would have gotten away with not being paid? Do you
Yeah.
know me? Do you know me so little?
Yeah.
Do you remember your little sister, how cute she was when she was 5 years old?
Adorable.
She's
Adorable.
19 now.
Adorable.
It amazes me.
You're kidding, aren't you?
We're talking.
We're trying to change the subject. What about the pay?
Dan, I don't know what you're talking about.
Leslie, did you ever get paid or not? Look in this
I
camera.
got paid, and I got paid well. We're gonna come up with a touching moment. We never did. So I guess there must not have
No,
been
let's
that
tell
many, but I'm
Mother.
sure there was.
How about we ask her for the money?
Say goodbye and ask her for the money.
We want the money.
Goodbye, Nina. Please pay Leslie.
I guess I'll just. He's so stupid. He dropped his glasses. I guess I'll just
Have
ask
you got
it.
it running?
Yeah, it's not running. I guess
I
I'll.
have to wear my glasses because Nina says that when I wear
I
my
guess-
glasses I look more real and all that kind of stuff.
I guess I'll.
What I am really happy about, Tori and I had a big hassle about it when Dick McMahon called and said that he heard there was a Chuck and Nina. Well, I'm glad to talk to you both.
It's the Chuck Moyle Show.
I hear there was I hear there's going to be a surprise birthday party for Ines. And I said, oh yeah, and then Nina got off the phone, thank goodness, because the party was for her.
Because she's smart.
And yeah, and we figured, well, she had enough sense to get off the phone, and it was really, you know.
We'll come
So
back.
Tori and I were arguing back and forth. Now, where are you going? Now I'm going to take my glasses off so that I can look official. Now, Tori, I understand, has some questions. So after my preamble to the thing, I just want to say happy birthday, Nina. And this little memento that Tori's putting together for you as your communications major daughter at St. Mary's College, I think it's kind of neat for you to be able to have a memento of your 50th birthday. I mean, shit.
I mean, shit.
Questions.
Oh, can I ask you the questions I've been asking everybody else, Dad? Just because.
Why not?
Okay, what the fuck? First question is, if Mom was an animal, what animal would she be?
Mouse.
What?
A mouse.
A mouse. You got that, Mom? Why?
No, she would be an owl. A wise old owl.
Why?
Because she used to buffalo all the kids. She said she had eyes in the back of her head. And they all believed her because she used to find out and know things that they didn't know she knew, and she would tell them. And they said, well, damn, she knows that. She must have eyes in the back of her head. So she's a wise old owl.
Okay, and one word to describe Mom. If you had to just pick one word.
Loving.
Aw. Okay, and the last thing is, I know you've lived with her for God knows how many years. One memory or one moment that really stands out in your mind that you remember the most out of all the memories.
Moment that really stands out. I guess it was our wedding night. When everyone else went to their room, and we found out we had twin beds in our room. But we seemed to handle it all right.
That's the moment you remember the most out of all these years?
Yeah.
Okay, and then...
Because that was the beginning of the beginning of the beginning.
Okay, and then
we had a happening. I think the fun thing was the trip that we all took across country, because that was something that I remembered a lot. It was kind of fun. You know, Mom wanted to be sure it was before Brad was 16, so that she wouldn't have to let him drive. And your other kids were small enough that we could stick Sean and Teresa in the back, and they couldn't complain too much. And you all had your assigned seats. That was I was going to let you sit anywhere, but Mom said you had to have your assigned seats.
She's
so
smart, isn't she?
Nobody could argue, yeah.
She's damn smart. Okay, and then parting words. Whatever you want to say. This is her 50th forever tape that will be saved for generations.
You made it to 50. I did before you. We almost both didn't, but I'm happy you made it. And 50 more, as I said, at your... Tori's saying I'm supposed to say I love you. Well, you know that.
Yeah, see?
How can I tell everybody how much I love Nina?
You can
Beyond
tell her.
words.
You can tell her. Okay.
Words can't express how much.
First of all, Mom, I want you to know that I had to pry Bill off his chair, so this is very important. First of all, first question is, if Mom was an animal, what animal would she be?
Well, she's a party animal.
She's a party animal, okay. If you had to think of one word to describe her, what would it be? Besides party animal.
The words can't describe Nina.
Come on, one word.
Okay, she's a hillbilly.
All right. I'm so glad you did this. I was going to have to hurt you.
You wouldn't do that.
I would. I was very upset.
No,
Mom, he didn't want to do this. All right. Okay, next. If you remember my mom for one moment or one memory that you remember the most, either she pissed you off or she made you happy or she was funny, whatever it was, what would it be? I mean, I know there's a lot, but one thing that really stands out in your mind.
Oh, she just really hurt my feelings when she told me she wasn't afraid of me anymore.
When was that?
Oh, it was years ago, but it took her years not to be afraid of me.
Well, you don't even remember the date?
No, I remember the date. I remember dates. Okay.
All right. Okay, so here's your last chance. One last thing you want to say. If you want to say anything. Otherwise, just flip her off or something.
Okay, Nina. Happy birthday. Life begins at 50. Don't worry about getting old. Because you're always going to be young at heart, even when you get to be 100, you know. So don't worry about it. Okay? Good.
Is it still moving? Yep. Alright, Greg?
Yes.
You know my mom loves you. First question. If my mom was an animal, what would she be?
Tiger.
Why?
They're wild.
You know, she's heard that a lot tonight, actually.
Oh, really? Is that kind of boring?
No, it's not boring at all. Yeah, you're on. Okay, next question. If you had to think of my mom and think of one word to describe her, what would it be?
Probably very caring.
Caring. That's good. Okay, last question. It's very simple.
My lip is really bleeding.
She likes that. It's good.
Yes.
Last question. If you can think of one memory, one time, one good or bad thing that my mother ever did, what was it? One thing that really stands out in your mind that you would always think, Nina.
Can we cut? Because I know I could.
No, it doesn't matter. It can be bad. She's the only one that's going to watch this.
I know. We've known about this, I think. The bad time that I only remember is when me and Sean got caught up at Grizzly Peak.
Did Sean say that?
And
Sean said the same thing.
well, it is God, like bleeding. It's black and white though.
It must have been pretty bad. Sean said the same thing.
Oh, well, yeah, it was bad because we were young and we got handcuffed too. I mean, to top it all off, we got handcuffed and they didn't even read us our rights too. But hey, we got busted. We had to come back home and Sean, I guess, put her foot in her mouth and said she wanted to be grounded for 3 weeks, and then after that, after the 3 weeks, her parents said, well, we're only going to ground you for a week, so.
This is great!
So.
Sean said the same thing.
So I guess, yeah, that's my bad thought, but otherwise.
Oh, come in.
Okay,
No, you have to be on.
Stop.
No, you have to.
Why don't you stop the camera?
Okay, Greg will be back on in a minute.
Well, what are we doing?
You got 3 questions.
All right.
First question is, if my mom was an animal, what would she be?
If your mom were an animal, she would be a chipmunk.
Why?
Oh, she's sort of cuddly and warm and.
Don't tell my dad.
Is this on air?
Yeah, it's on there. Okay, next question. If you had one word to describe my mother, what would it be?
Immediate association, huh? Fun.
Fun?
Yeah, fun.
Well, that's a good. I wouldn't mind. Okay, and then the last question is, if you had one memory, one time, one bad thing, anything that sticks out in your mind about her, what would it be?
I'm not going to identify it, but it happened on Bates Boulevard with her and P. O'Hearn in the swimming pool.
And?
And that's all I'm going to say.
What happened?
I'm not going to say.
Did anything float that night?
No, I think actually your mother and P. O'Hearn tried to pants me in the pool.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Yeah, I think maybe they were, having a few drinks too many that night. Those were the old days. That kind of thing wouldn't happen anymore.
Any parting words?
No, just may your mother live another 50.
Grizzly Peak and what a bummer it was and how she was grounded for 3 weeks and you said it would only have been a week if she hadn't opened her big trap and...
Q, I'm on. No, that was it. That's all I had to say.
That was your most memorable moment?
Yeah, I think so.
And do you want Nina for a mother-in-law or what?
It'd be nice. She's really easygoing. She's a very nice person, very sweet young lady.
A young lady?
50. Oh, this is really on air.
Yeah. Yes, Greg.
Oh, she's zooming in. Look at this. No, this is really embarrassing. Oh, come on, it's another question.
Well, are you done or what?
I'm done. Get the camera.
Do you love Sean? Get back over here.
Do I love Sean?
Get back
I'm
over
not
here.
gonna answer that on video camera.
Why not? Sit.
I got it weird. No, shit. Check this out.
Sit. Do you love Sean or not?
Do I love Sean? I care about Sean very much.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, what
If my mom was an animal, what would she be?
a teddy bear.
Why?
Because she's cuddly. No, because she's real warm, real understanding.
She
Just
sounds
a
like
neat
a
lady.
blonde.
And one word to describe her, what would that be?
Don't look at that.
One word to
Wait.
describe her, what would that be?
Come here.
Stop it, Craig. Very understanding.
One word I said to describe her.
Oh. Funny.
And last but not least, one memory that stands out in your mind, whether it's funny, sad, whatever. One memory of the most that stands out in your mind.
Well, I have to say there's two things. One thing
That's okay.
is how she talked about Lisa Gropler. Every time I came here, she talked about Lisa Gropler. The other thing was how she's given me advice as far as Mario goes. The other thing is
That's three.
wait, is oh, I forgot. Sorry. Wait, there's one more though. It's important too. Don't zoom in
Oh
on
my
me.
god, look at that. It's taking up the whole screen.
Madeline, answer.
Oh, she said I was too young to get married. But I will prove her wrong. We will be very successful as a couple.
Okay. That was
Neil, it's alright, Neil.
it. Mom, remember us from 7th grade?
How do you turn this thing on?
No, we're already on.
Get out
Okay.
of there.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Jam, she liked him. Alright, one word. No, first question. If my mom was an animal, what animal would she be?
I've been asked that already tonight, so
Well,
I decline to answer.
you should have an answer, for God's sakes. I would think by now you would be intelligent.
A leopard tonight, for some reason.
Jesus, everybody's like a sphinx, a leopard, a tiger.
Well, that's my honest answer, a leopard.
Okay. And if you had to think of one
Do I
word
get a drink of this? Well, you guys.
after you're done, as a reward, if you could think of one word to describe her, what would it be? One word to describe her as a whole human being, what would it be?
Nina.
That's pretty good. Okay, and one memory. I don't know if you have any. If you don't, you can just say, I don't have one. But if you have one memory that totally sticks out in your mind of Mom, of Nina, whatever, if you remember anything.
Intimidating. How's that for you, Nina?
That's a memory?
Story.
That's a memory? A
Yeah,
story?
and a memory of being very intimidating.
You heard that, Mom. In case they ever get married or, shoot each other.
You know who did what?
One kiss. Oh, he stuck his tongue out for the camera. It's on film. Mother's been very worried about you because she hasn't seen you lately, so she'll be really happy to see you on this phone. And you're already on, so.
Okay.
First
What would you like to
question.
know?
First question we've been asking everybody is, if my mother was an animal, what animal would she be as far as you're concerned?
If my mother was an animal.
My mother. My mother.
Oh, if your mother was
Nina.
an animal.
Yeah, she was an animal.
If
What
Nina
animal?
was an animal, I'd say she'd be a bird. She'd probably be a dove.
Why?
Well, I really don't know your mom that well, but from what I've seen of her, she seems like a really kind of a gentle person.
No, that's good. Next question is, if you could describe my mom in one word, what would it be?
Kind.
Kind. That's good. And then the last one is, I know you haven't done a lot with her, but if one memory sticks out in your mind, what would it be? One thing that you'll remember her for or whatever.
I'd say when Madeline and I were first going out, how understanding she was of Madeline's situation, and me coming into her life. I felt like there was a lot of support from your mom and from Sean.
That felt real good.